All right. Oh, great. All right. No, no echo now. We're clear. God damn. Every damn time. So, we're back. Playing Dungeons and Dragons.
The Dungeoniest and Dragoniest.
Yeah. The most Dungeon and Dragon. There's a lot of dragons going on, to be honest. I feel like a lot more dragons than a lot of other things has. But, I don't know. I have an
There's
example.
a lot of undead stuff too.
There's a lot of undead. That's pretty standard fare for Dungeons and Dragons, I think. Just throwing it out there.
They do appear a lot, that's fair.
Just get some music going. Just have that in the background. Cool. Well, last time on Dungeons and Dragons, the team had just left. Well, the beginning of the episode was in Hiroga. Got on the train and started making your guys' way along the tracks as you're going back to the Elven Kingdom. Stopped off in Cowdport. Had a little bit of an excursion there. Stole some food. Did some things. Picked up the golden bust. You did not want somebody picking that up. Specifically an undead somebody picking that up. And then made your way down to Copper Knight, out and started venturing into the jungle, where you guys have ended up, basically. Have made it a full day into the jungle, and have just had a rest there, I believe. Yes, just slept there, in the green, in the jungle, which is, it's got an eerie. Trying to get my brain back into gear here. It's full of bioluminescence stuff. So it is very illuminated in there. It's constantly a sort of evening sort of light. Has made it a bit disorientating, but is otherwise pretty good. Helped Varys be able to see in the dark overnight.
He definitely appreciates it.
But that is where you are currently at. Other than just before we finished, everyone, well, not everyone, Thoricus looked around and found some mushrooms and a cricket that repeats noises that it hears. Yep. Also, Varys summoned his homunculus, which has been named Fluffy Gregory Beefers. Just reading the last bits of my notes here. Cool. Yeah. Everyone has awoken from their slumber. Again, it's that eerie, no external light, sort of everything's sort of at a constant light. You're not hearing a lot other than the creature that you guys had disturbed yesterday has seemingly dissipated, as you're no longer hearing the growling being repeated by the crickets. So it's either stopped grumbling or has just completely disappeared from your radius. Yeah. So, what's the plan? Anything in particular you want to do before you start traveling again?
Well, Jin is completely lost.
Yeah.
And is very much relying on his colleagues. So he's just gonna turn to Varys and ask, "Oh, what do you think that thing was? Do you think we should go and deal with it?
The creature.
The growling."
I feel like maybe we are on a bit of a time crunch.
I mean, I agree. As long as
If it gets in our way, certainly.
Okay.
Varys is going to attune to the Ring of Sending, please.
Okay.
And send a message to Micaiah.
You got it.
Cool.
Is anybody doing anything else while Varys is sending his message?
Packing up to go, I guess.
Backing up. Getting all your... Well, just rolling up your bedroll and that.
Yeah. Can I wild shape and not wild shape. What's it called
You're not a
when
druid.
I am a changeling?
Shape
I
change.
Can I shape change into my cat form and climb a tree and see what I can see around me?
You certainly can. I don't think it will give you any bonuses, but go right ahead and transform into a tabaxi.
Yep. Is there anything I need to roll to try and climb a tree?
Yes, please roll at me a acrobatics or athletics, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, you can you deftly make your way up a tree. They are extremely tall trees. So you get up pretty high, well out of normal tree climbing height, up into some branches that have started to come off of it. But you can tell that there's a lot more to this tree going up, especially as you can see that the canopy intertwining with all the other trees, completely blocking off all of the sun, anything from outside. Almost so thick that it doesn't even really allow wind to penetrate from the outside as well. But there is still like an eerie sort of, not so much wind, but just like a breeze that carries small leaves, whatever sort of seedlings these trees have, that sort of stuff. That seems to specifically get stronger at the height that you're at. Like it's a sort of, it's reminiscent of like in the ocean, how there's specific currents from just the temperature of the water and just the eerie, the formation of the land has caused that. It seems to have naturally taken shape inside the trees, probably to help them spread their spread their seed essentially. But you get a gust of that. Smells very, very floral, very crisp. But you get a good look out to just more trees, really.
I mean, this is delightful, but can Jin get a sense of like his surroundings or orient himself to where he is in any way?
Sure. Roll a survival check.
It's okay.
Yeah. You can kind of get the feeling you know which direction you came from. As to the exact direction you're supposed to be going. Not really.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are there any like landmarks that he can see from his vantage point, or is it all just forest trees?
Yeah, it is very much just trees. There's a couple of larger rocks that have stuff like moss and growings on them. But you quickly notice that there are almost identical rocks everywhere. That you would not be skilled enough at knowing exactly where, at which one's different to the other. So yeah. Basically, you're not even sure how the team managed to make it through here previously. Like, it seems like anyone not particularly familiar with this jungle would struggle to find their way through it at all.
Okay. Well, Jin's done his best, so he's going to climb back down and kind of finish getting ready.
Fair
Whatever that entails, probably eat some of his rations, waiting for Varus.
Cool.
Wait. I have a message.
Sweet.
In the jungle now, on our way towards the city. We need to get to Zoltamal. Any magic users spare, please join us. It's important.
Okay. Okay, will reply back. Sort of in like a sort of a hazy sort of speech. Almost like it sounds like you woke her up.
Oops. Oh, I can't say sorry. Oh well.
Yep. Yep. So you hear back from her.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'll come get you.
Yeah, don't do that, Skelly.
All right.
Cool.
Anybody
I'll
else?
pass that on.
Cool. Thoracus, you want to do anything?
No.
No. Cool. Sweet. Well, pack up your things.
I would like to reattune to something else as well too, if I can.
Sure.
Sweet. I'll attune back to my short sword.
No problems. Cool. Yeah, you picked up all your things. Hop up on your horses. Zupimo and Amon are still following behind. It looks like they did not sleep nearly as well as you guys. Not as used to this sort of living. But they are okay. And continue to follow behind you until you reach, well, you guys keep going for a few hours. It is difficult to know exactly how long you guys travel for, as you don't have any of your normal markers, but it feels like it's a few hours of trekking. Either way, it seems that Thoricus knows the way.
Oh, that's good.
Make a good time traveling through. Is there anything you guys are particularly looking out for on your way through? Or doing?
Jun's just gonna try and spend the whole time trying to get a sense of like any kind of familiarity or landmarks or direction or anything, because he's keenly aware of how much he's relying on the others in this moment, and so wants to perhaps be less reliant on the others.
Fair enough. Roll me another survival check. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a 1 for a second.
Yeah, that's it.
Same.
Yeah, as you get further along, you do get you get a weird sort of feeling about the place. So as much as the entire jungle is just, you know, wild, doesn't seem to be any sort of semblance to it. There's something about the particular way that you're walking, at least following behind the Rikus, that seems to be almost like there is a conscious path here. It's not as simple as, you know, there's paved tiles or like well walked or anything, but it seems like this was a path at some point, or is in some way magically separated in some way to help those with some sort of magical inclination to direct them to Glenvalor. Which does make sense. It was, you know, there was supposed to be trade in between these two countries. There was the intention of doing that. And obviously, you know, they have come and gone before. There's got to be paths in and out of this jungle. It seems like it was specifically hidden just by the nature of the forest. It seems like the jungle. The jungle seems to have its own mind about its paths. Either that being an actual consciousness or just a environmental one. But you are getting the sense that you could possibly follow this path if you were really stretched to.
Okay. That's better than nothing.
You might
Better
find
than
your
what he knew before.
yeah. You might find your way off of it a couple of times, but you think that you would be able to get back onto it if needed. Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, you guys keep traveling for a few hours. You don't. Let's look here. Is anyone like keeping an eye out for anything, or just?
No, that'll be me.
Okay. Well, then roll me a perception check, please.
Yeah, absolutely. It's at 25.
Just one person, or?
That's whoever's looking out for things.
You know I am.
You're trying anyway.
There's a lot of glowy stuff, okay?
That is true.
That's
That is a good point.
It's very pretty.
It is very pretty. So yeah, so you're moving through this dense jungle of glowing fauna and glowing flora, and fauna that is seemingly hidden. Varys, you'll notice that there does appear to be within your radius. There does appear to be a jungle panther that you've previously seen before, and you've also seen Magai turn into. It doesn't seem to be hunting you at all, but it seems to be perturbed by your appearance.
Okay.
Like you were in its territory, if that makes sense. But it doesn't seem to be making any sort of aggressive approaches towards you guys.
Okay.
But it sort of helps you, but sort of puts you more at ease than anything else, oddly. That something here is there and is aware of you, and if there was, say, somebody else following you, they would have a bit more difficult of a time catching you, or at least it helps you know that your senses are still keen.
Yeah, cool. If I can track that, I could probably track something else as well, so...
Exactly.
Okay. Varys will, with silent speech, let everybody know that that's happening, just so he's not being too loud.
Cool. In Eutheracus, yeah, there's just there's just way too much glowy stuff going on. Every single thing is catching your eye at this point. So when Varys
So many
mentions
samples.
yeah, when Varys mentions the panther, you're like, what? Where? Oh.
Is your girlfriend?
Yeah.
I believe that is just a panther.
You believe it's just a panther?
I'm pretty sure it is, at least.
Should I hunt and sense it?
If you would like to, I'm pretty sure. Like I say, I'm pretty sure it's just a.
He got like halfway through that sentence,
Mm,
but I did it.
Okay.
Okay.
Jim didn't even have time to be like, wanna bet, bro.
Bit with the no money that he's got.
Hey, he has a little bit of money.
Not you. Sorry, I was meaning Varys.
Oh.
He's got 30 copper.
Yeah, Varys spends his money instead of hoarding it like me. I mean, I don't have money, don't look at me.
Yeah, Jim doesn't really hoard his money either. Not very much.
There's just so many things to buy.
But also, like, he doesn't believe it'll stick around for long anyway, so might as well make sure it at least gets used for something handy.
Mm-hmm. We've seen a large amount of people be on the lose it side of use it or lose it, so...
Yep.
So it's not within 60 feet of you, so you would not
Oh.
be able to use that one. You probably meant the other one.
I'm not using primeval awareness in this wilderness. I'm not gonna get shit.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, yeah, it's not within 60 feet of it of you.
Fine. Well, I would not have done it if it wasn't within 60 feet of me.
What I will say is, you may roll instead an insight check, because Varys will point it out to you using that stuff, and
That's so
you
boring.
know animals enough to know when someone's pretending to be an animal.
That's true. Bloody furries.
Yeah. Yeah. On a 21 insight, yeah, that's definitely a natural
Did
panther. That's not
Thoricus
Mackay.
actually say that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Jin scowls at her. Because he's still a
Still in a
cat
cat
person.
form.
I'm like, and I just sort of look at him and go, well, I mean, how do you like to, what, you know what? I don't want to know. Yuck.
Jenna's satisfied with freaking you out.
Yuck. In what form does he? Never mind. Okay. Well, I mean, who wants to make bets on whether I can get within 30 feet of this panther before it tries to eat me?
60.
Oh,
I feel like we could probably just keep going.
But I want to do animal friendship. I never get to use this. I never
Okay.
get
John
to use
bets in favor of the panther.
Of course.
I think you could do it. Sure. And Varys puts down 30 copper.
I also think that I might get eaten. So I'm going to bet against myself here. 30 copper.
Perfect.
Okay. What do you want me to roll in terms of trying to get closer to it but not dying?
Well, are you gonna approach it
Yeah.
stealthily, or it's
When
up to
has
you?
it already seen us?
It is aware of your presence in general. As Varys said, it seemed like it was upset that you're in its territory. But it's aware of you as a group, so you could stealth off as a singular person to get closer to it if you wanted.
Yep.
Cool.
I must become the panther.
Oh, damn.
All right. So you get up to get closer and closer to it, like a couple of trees away from it, maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe 120 feet now. What are you trying to do here?
I'm trying to get within 30 feet.
Within 30 feet?
Yeah. I need that for animal friendship.
Animal friendship. Don't.
It's my enchantment. It says 30 feet.
Oh, that one. Right. Sorry, I thought you meant it was a feature, not a spell.
It's a spell.
Yeah, it is. It straight up is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, speak with animals doesn't have a limit, but I don't think I can calm it down because I'm not very charismatic.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're going to be able to get within 30 feet of it without it noticing you. But you absolutely get up to 60
It's not
feet.
attacking me.
Yeah. Well, you absolutely get up to 60 feet without it seemingly noticing you at all. Without actively doing anything about you. It doesn't seem to even look at you or point its ears in your direction. It's just that that greenish just large panther. Like it looks like any other panther other than it's green, basically. Like a
Cool.
like a green, like a dark, like almost like a black green, if that makes sense. So like in the light you catch it,
Like
it is a
whale
green.
slicky,
Yeah, oil, yeah, exactly.
but green.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where I had. Where did I? There it is. Yes, it is lightly glowing as well. Like not enough that it would, show off to prey or anything. But enough to camouflage it within this glowing jungle.
Cool.
So it doesn't distinctly take away from any of the glowing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's
So
at
I'm
this
in
point
60 feet.
you're within 60 feet. If you want to continue moving up, I will roll some stuff here. So
Okay. So it's 60 feet and it's noticed me.
no. So it hasn't turned or doesn't seem to have noticed you at this point. But if you do move up further, that's when I'm going to start actually rolling.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep moving forward.
Cool.
Is it still focused on us?
It seems to be currently sort of grooming itself, like cats do.
So it's not stressed. then.
It doesn't seem to be stressed. Yeah, it's not stressed in any sort of fashion.
Oh, okay.
It was moving around. It was making, up until recently, it was making more threatened moves, and that's why it seemed like it was upsetty spaghetti about you guys being in its territory. But now that it's specifically you guys sort of stopping and just sort of being there for a bit, it has gotten into a sort of it is not entirely it's not ignoring what you guys are doing, but it's not deeply uncomfortable with it. So it's settled enough to start.
Would not be grooming then.
It's not like
Behaviorally, but would be watching the group.
yeah. It's not like It's not like full on grooming. It's just sort of like, you know, got its claw up in its hand, sort of just like maybe like biting at a flea or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but behavior-wise, they wouldn't be doing that.
Hey.
They
there's not many predators for it to deal with at this point.
That's a polar bear wouldn't do that, you know. I'm sorry, but no, it's not grooming.
Anyway, it has not noticed you get closer from 60 feet.
Wait, then I'll keep going.
Okay, coming up right behind it. You're at 30 feet now.
Approach it from behind.
Okay, from beside it, it's not looking directly at you.
No, but I'm also not like approaching it as if I was hunting it.
Yes.
I'm approaching it at an angle.
Yes. So.
So am I within 30 feet
Yes,
yet? Or...
you are within 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
So I step out so it can see me.
Yep. Succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Well, I think that saves. Most definitely.
DC 15.
Yeah. That's
15.
actually that's not its natural. It has plus advantages to this. I just haven't got its sheet. That's why I've been manually rolling. It has a +2 to wisdom. So, yeah. Actually, hold on. That's not what I wanted. Let me do something real quick. Hold on.
Can I have advantage on it if I use speak with animals?
No.
Like there should be an advantage.
It's a spell, so
Yeah,
it doesn't
it
work
allows-
like that.
which aids communication, which makes me far more likely to convince it.
It's a spell that you're casting yeah, you're not actually it's not like you're talking to it or anything. You're controlling its mind essentially.
This spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm.
Yeah.
It doesn't say how.
No. But it is an enchantment.
So if I use it in correlation with speak with animals, I can use it.
I would say that your what's the word? Your persuasion or deception roll, I would give you an advantage if it had succeeded on animal friendship. But it failed because it rolled its wisdom save. At least
But I wouldn't
pretty
need
sure that
to
it has.
persuade it of shit if it had not failed, because it's an enchantment.
Oh dear. Why? This is not right here. God damn damn it. Sorry. I really thought I did have this sheet down, but I did not.
So good.
Have to manually add this stuff in. Yeah, it does get a +2 to wisdom saving throws, so it has succeeded against the animal friendship. It will absolutely turn around on you in that moment and growl at you. Very hostile. You may cast Speak with Animals if you wish and attempt to talk to it.
Cast would just be sworn at.
You can swear at it if you want to. I'm not sure.
No, it's swearing at me.
I guess, yeah.
Fine, but I don't break eye contact the whole time
Okay.
while backing away. What does it do?
It is, it's got its head low, ears back. It's displaying all of that aggressive, the protective aggressive behavior, but it's not pouncing on you. It's like got a low growl going.
Is it following me at all?
It's not moving from its position, but it is following you with its head and eyes, so it's watching you.
Oh, that's
a bit
fine.
further away.
But it is not moving.
Keeping eye contact with you as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing that until I reach the rest of the group. So, what does it do?
Okay.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that is fair. Let me roll some stuff here. What would it be? Yeah. Is that gonna work? Hello? Yep, it as you get further and further away from it, it just does keep its eyes on you, watch you move further and further away, but it does not follow, does not attempt to attack at all.
Okay, well, we should leave.
Mm.
In a group fashion, no stragglers.
Cool.
Yeah, but guys, I won the bet, right?
Well,
I'm
so
pretty
did I.
sure-
I also bet against myself. So both of us get 15 copper from Varys.
What? You didn't get eaten though. I thought that was the thing.
Was that I couldn't? Oh, true. True. What was
Ferris
the
held
bet?
out his hand.
Skelly, what was it in the end?
It was whether or not you got eaten. You didn't get eaten,
Whether
so
I got jumped. Wasn't that the wording?
I believe Varys' specific wording was about you getting eaten, so
Fine.
I
I'll
guess
give
no
30
one
30
wins.
copper to Varys.
The bank wins. Give it to me.
30 copper to Varys.
Okay.
I will
Wonderful.
do that. So if you add 30 from me,
Sure.
Varys.
So Pimo and Hamon through this whole ordeal is just like, what the fuck?
What the hell are these guys doing?
These guys are
Varys is now
crazier
dead.
than I thought.
Not all
Proud
kitties
owner
are
of 60
friends.
So 30 copper is 3 silver, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we don't have a lot of coppers there.
I have a lot of copper now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do.
Well, you've got 3 silver and 30 copper.
Hey.
Screw you for believing in me.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to bet against my friends.
I did.
I know you did.
I probably shouldn't have been betting at all, but I mean,
I mean, you could
Yeah,
have
betting
like
on
made it
yours-
so that you won.
The fact that you were betting against yourself is kind of evidence in itself that you were.
that's more to do with me not trusting you.
That's fair.
The odds are never in my favor.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
not untrue.
A 15 DC is pretty good. The unfortunate thing is that it's got it's not an entirely non-wise creature.
Mm.
I still rolled
I'm
above
glad.
average.
You sure did.
No, it did. I didn't.
Oh,
For
yes.
some
it
reason,
did.
you rolled it under my name, which is even more offensive.
Well, it's because I still hadn't had it. And I've just been spending the last few minutes fucking adding it back to this thing. So next time you run into one, you won't have this problem.
You mentioned a panther, and you really thought we wouldn't interact with it?
I mean, I was hoping that I could just roll d20s, but because I was hoping you guys wouldn't just try to fight with it.
Interact with the panda?
My goodness.
Interact with it, sure, which is why I was like, okay, I could roll d20s for its attributes. I didn't expect this level of stuff.
I mean,
Anyway.
fair enough.
I certainly did not expect you to fight with it, so I had not set up any of those things.
That's fair.
Don't fight with it. It was going to fight with me.
Exactly. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm just
Yes.
gonna put my infusions up. I didn't do that earlier.
Ah, yes. That's fine. Cool. Well, you guys immediately start moving away and very quickly exit the territory of this panther, as it does seem. It seems like it's one of the ones that you had run into previously, actually, last time you were here. As you had run into the panther about here last time you guys were here. But
Wasn't it blowing back?
yeah, it was glowing that time as well.
Was it?
Yeah, they are glowing panthers. It's the same sort of one that you've seen Micaiah turn into. But this is the point where you notice that there is there's something flying at you at high speed
From which direction?
from the direction you're going.
What sort of a something?
Roll a perception check.
Absolutely. My favorite chick. That's much better.
Yep. All right. Both Varys and Thrakus quickly notice that a large bird of some sort, even Jin will notice this, a very large bird of some sort is like expertly weaving in and out of branches, and making its way directly towards you. It's a very large bird, far larger than any bird you've heard. Well, I mean, some of you may have seen a bird this large before. It is categorized as a giant bird of some sort, so if that helps.
What the fuck is that?
Probably like a giant eagle or owl of some sort.
That's what Jun says to everybody.
That's fair. Sorry, what was that, Varys?
I said, can we roll for bird knowledge?
Sure. Roll me a nature check.
Oh, famously amazing at that. Hey,
Nope.
it's a big ass bird.
Big ass bird. Thrakus, did you want to roll a nature check?
Of course.
Yep. So that is a giant owl. like, yeah. It's just absolutely massive. Like it would. How fucking man! I really should have had this prepared. Oh, it's with me these days. It is.
Very challenging player to DM.
It is technically a large size creature, so it is even bigger than you guys. So it would stand taller than you all, with a wingspan longer than you are tall. It's a fantastically large creature. You don't usually hear of them outside of like mountainside elven kingdoms. That's back on the other continent. Those sort of elves. Usually fairly neutral creatures. Aren't usually hunting for blood. But if you think about how much a normal owl eats and how much a giant owl would eat, they can, they can want some large flesh sometimes. Yeah. And it's coming straight for you.
Because owls are birds of prey.
Yes.
Yep. And they'll just hawk us down. Hole.
Yep. And big sharp talons. Pretty good perception.
Is this bird
I'm gonna.
angry?
What is coming for us?
Not that you know of. It's not like making any particularly angry noises or anything. It is just full bore flying through, and just the deftness at which it's able to move in between all the branches and stuff. Like as it reaches some sort of clearing, you see its wings come out and just give it just sprints more of flying, and then just quickly takes them back in and just like barrel rolls through tightly packed bits of branches. It is just gunning it.
Does it seem like there is I don't want to say human, but intelligence behind the eyes that is not just an owl?
Roll an insight check for me.
Cool.
Yes. From your brief experience, it does seem like this is a what's the word I'm looking for here? God's sake, I'm having a real hard time. It is definitely a shapeshifted person of some sort. Will be probably not a polymorph or something like that. That usually takes away that sort of intelligence. So it's probably like a wild shape or something. But from your knowledge, it would have to be a relatively high level druid to have a flying bot shape.
Okay. Varus is going to jump up onto the back of the horse, so he's a bigger target, I guess, and wave his arms.
And not having that insight, I immediately dive over the top of Codswallop and pin him to the ground with my body.
Okay, fair enough.
Because an owl ain't eating my dog today.
That's fair. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I don't. Would Jin kind of realize what Varus has noticed, that it's probably not an owl?
I would say that you probably do. Varys isn't particularly one to, I don't know, call danger to
Doesn't
himself.
Yeah, he doesn't usually jump headlong into danger without his weapons.
Yeah. It definitely seems like
That's
Varys
true.
knows something that you don't.
That's
So,
sensible. Okay. Jin is going to size up the situation. And like, is there an owl person in D&D?
yes.
I believe it's the Owlin.
Yes.
There is
the
also like
Alan.
variants of Aarakocra as well. I'm still not sure if that's how you
That's
pronounce
the
it.
one I was
Yep. Aarakocra.
They had Owlins in Strixhaven.
Yes, they
thinking.
did. Who are distant kin of giant owls. So there you go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Jin's just gonna laze back against a tree and polymorph into sorry, not polymorph.
Yeah.
What is the word
Shape-
for the
shape
thing?
change.
Shapeshift
Yep.
into what did we say?
An owlin.
Owlin.
No problem. Well, those of you who are not just those of you who are paying attention to what Jin's doing, which I don't think is any of you, maybe Ailey, will notice that their fur quickly gives way to feathers, and just sort of puffs out their chest even more than Jin normally does. He's trying to be like that, but it's actually a puff full of feathers and nice, well-breasted owlin, and their arms become wings.
Cool.
Actually, no, hold on. Owlins are not like those other creatures. They actually do have proper arms. So no, their arms
I'm
become
still
talons.
dexterous.
Yes, their arms and hands become talons. But they have some wings come in. But for you, Jin, those are entirely what's the word? They're entirely decorative wings on you, but they still come in. Yes. What is this?
How how are Zepimo and Hamon reacting to this?
Hamon is like he's gotten in behind the trunk and is like using it as as cover. Zupimo
Good.
doesn't seem phased at all. Like he's just sort of
Can I
watching what's
roll?
going on.
Can I roll to see if I see if he's secretly shitting his pants or something?
Sure, roll a perception check.
Secretly shitting his pants.
Well, perception or insight, whichever you prefer.
You give me the choice of perception and insight. I will absolutely take perception.
Okay.
Not so great, anyway.
No, I mean, it looks like he's keeping it together.
Nice.
Yes. Cool. Well, as you guys all dive and move around and do whatever you're doing, the owl gets right in within 30 feet of you guys, and just slams its talons into one of the close by trees to you guys. See massive gashes just completely dig right into it, ripping up all the bark, sending a whole bunch of sap and chunks just flying out of it. It's making a hard stop right at you guys, flapping its wings a bunch, trying to slow itself down even further. And until it is completely at rest, sort of half sideways, attached to this tree, wings out, trying to keep balance, just staring at you guys with massive owl eyes at the front of its head. Gives a little
Jun
bit
winks at it.
of I just breathed in a little bit of spit there. It sort of it looks over you all. It seems like it does notice that, but doesn't seem to react. But it just gives a little bit of a polite squawk. What are you doing?
Can I squawk back? Do I
Sure.
know if the squawk means anything?
You would know enough to know that it's probably that it's specifically animal speak, not a language.
So would Ailey understand it or
No,
not?
Ailey wouldn't understand it. The circlet only gives them regular languages.
Yeah, Jun's gonna squawk back in a similar tone. Just, just in the way that you meow at your cat.
Okay.
Okay.
But because I just can't speak with animals, can I understand the gobbledygook that Jun just said?
Sure. So you don't catch the first squawk from the owl.
No.
But you do catch Jun's. You do catch Jun's. Hold on. What should you say? Let's go with this. No, these are too boring.
It's gotta be something like rude or inappropriate, right?
Or just something that's like actually gibberish.
Yes.
Here we go. I left my firm to my dog after it's washed.
I just step in front of Codswallop real protectively, like, what the fuck?
But the owl says, this giant owl responds with, not quite sure that's what you wanted to say. You guys okay? Like, looking over you guys.
Depends. Do you want to eat us?
No, sorry. Right, of course. It's me, Micaiah.
Oh! This whole time I've obviously been speaking animals, so no one knows
No.
this.
Well, no, so I think for this, your speak with animals just sort of, because they can understand. Animals can usually understand English. This is more about you. Sorry, not English. Understand other languages.
I gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Yeah.
I also want to be talking in squawks right now.
Okay, fine. We're talking in squawks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, fine then.
So,
No one
can
has
I
any
just
idea what you're saying, but it does seem like you are actually having a conversation with Micaiah, with the owl from everyone else's perspective.
This is where I turn to June and in common and
Mhm.
just like, you've greatly offended this demigod of a being. I can't believe you said that about Codswallop.
Oh my god, John, what did you say?
Roll a deception check, please. Oh no.
Oh man.
Do you
So
want to
are
roll an
you-
insight check there, Jun?
Yep.
Oh dear.
So you're trying to convince Jin that he's offended Codswallop, is that right?
No,
you've
the
offended
owl.
the owl.
The owl.
And also you said something weird about Codswallop.
Oh, okay. Jin's gonna look incredibly uncomfortable and splutter a little bit and like stand, he's gonna go from like relaxing on the tree to like spluttering and standing up straight and going, oh, well, they'll get over it. It's fine. It's just weird.
I cannot hold it in, and I just start cracking up laughing. And in between gasps of laughter, I'm like, "It's Micaiah. Don't worry, it's Micaiah. It's fine." Fucking gullible. Oh shit. Yeah, Varys, it's your girlfriend.
Huh? What? Where? What?
Varys has a girlfriend. Ooh.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Jin's gonna like stalk off a wee way.
At this point, the owl,
'Cause
they
it's
can
totally
understand. They can understand absolutely what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
His climbs off of the rest of the tree and down onto the ground properly, and just it's slow moving when it's moving with its legs, so it takes a little bit to get down and up close to you guys. Yeah, it's got its wings, and now it's I mean, it's a
Still the
giant
owl
owl.
hops.
It's still cute as hell, to be honest. Even though it's a predator
I was gonna say,
and giant.
I don't know if that continues when it's towering above you.
Yeah. Hey.
Come on, you've seen pandas. Giant
Uh-huh.
things can be cute.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're sort of lumbering along. Yeah. Mild hops, like it is still trying. It seems to try to walk like a person at first, and then realize that that's not going to really work, and do like quick hops between legs. Gets up closer, and to the rest of you, it just seems like squawks. But to Thoricus, she says, sort of embarrassingly, like, that's too good. Yeah. She's like, no, we're not. It's not like that.
Oh, I've hit a nerve. Okay. And here I was thinking I was just teasing Varys because it made him uncomfortable.
Varys is just watching the squawking happen and is very concerned.
Yeah. Like, the owl sort of like, owls can turn their heads fully around. This owl does it in shame.
As when she turns her head, I lean in to Varys and just whisper, "Man, dude, she really does have the hots for you."
Varys blushes.
Is Jun paying attention, or is he too like upset and storming off like a child?
Roll me a charisma check.
Okay.
How much did I embarrass him?
Yeah.
Lots, I think.
No, with a charisma check like that, I think you managed to take it in stride.
Okay.
At least enough to like only storm off a little bit before coming back.
You're probably gonna like try to put a note down the back of my shirt later kind of way.
Yeah.
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 Go find a newt.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I mean, turning into an owl was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was very cool.
Well, she
Not that Thoracus would ever admit it.
That's fair. She turns her head back around and goes, "Well, I'm glad you guys have managed to make it so far. I was expecting to have to carry you a little bit further. It's only a little bit longer to get there. Do you want me to keep walking with you, or you think you can make it?"
I mean, I can make it. But I think Varys with his short little legs could use a ride. And I just grin at him.
Varys just hears the squawks and does not understand what's going on.
Man, that's
Like,
disconcerting.
like as he's sitting on top of a horse right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I said what I said.
Yeah. Even to you, it sounds like she squawks and her wings come out and flap a little bit.
Cute.
Okay, alright. And she will... you see her form slowly diminish until she has returned to being a elven woman. More clothed this time. In her what's the word I'm looking for here? In her kingdom's colours. Lots of green. Lots of planty adornments. Feathers and weaved bracelets and stuff. She looks around at the new faces.
Jun is gonna shape change back into himself. Or at least the form that he regularly uses.
Yes, of course. Do you
Form that goes with
speak
that name.
Do you speak Elvish, Jun?
I think I do.
Yes, you do. Perfect.
Oh, hallelujah.
Because
Perfect.
Jun spends all of his time pretending to be an elf.
That's true. Well then, everything that Micaiah says you will understand then. Fantastic. Because she does not speak a lick of common. And pretty much no one else in this kingdom does either. So, she turns back into her elven form. Says, "Well, hi everybody."
Oh, these are our new companions, Hamon and Supemo. Now, do some introductions.
There's
Oi, I'm new.
Yeah, and also Jun. I was meaning like these are people that don't usually travel with us.
I see.
Jun's gonna like look at Varys sideways and then sidle up to this elf and like take her hand and kiss it gently and say something delightful in Elvish and step back.
Varys raises an eyebrow.
The moment you touch her hand, her face is red. She is not prepared for this. It's nice to meet you too, Jun. Zupimo will come over and also greet her in Elvish. Hamon has no fucking idea what's going on. He does not speak a lick of Elvish.
This may be a problem for you, Hamon, unfortunately. I don't think that many people in the Elvish Kingdom speak Common.
Well, I'll just have to look at all their pretty faces then.
Oh, does Micaiah get even more red?
She cannot understand what he is saying.
Jun is going to repeat it to her. Repeat that little conversation to her.
She doesn't
Varys
blush up a
pinches
little
the
bit
bridge
as
of his
well.
nose.
Well,
I'm just over here, like, telling Codswallop how good a boy he is because I got 10 whole minutes to speak with him.
Let's go.
And
I'm not
all
paying attention.
his only response is, yes, thank you. Cool. Well, after collecting herself, Micaiah starts leading you along the path. Very quickly, it becomes apparent that she's not going to be able to keep up with your horses in her human form, so she transforms into back into a glowing panther, like you've seen before, and sort of prances along beside you guys, all the way into Glen Valor. Much like before, the jungle becomes so thick that you can barely see through it, right up until a point where it is legitimately a wall of trees that you can't make it through, until Micaiah reaches into it, and it's sort of both. It's like a trick of. It's like a visual illusion sort of thing, where from certain angles it looks like it's not an opening, but then as you get closer and to the side, it's a wide berth into the city, almost like a magical illusion, almost not. You step inside to a wide clearing for Glen Valor. You immediately notice that it is a metropolis of many different people. There are lots of elves walking around, mostly up in the trees, between the trees. There's a large, fantastically large tree that's sort of in the center. You guys have been up before with the trade area, but there's lots of intersecting. What's the word I'm looking for here? Not railings, like paths that go in between each tree, that are all covered, well crafted. It is your perfect image of a tree dwelling elven kingdom. You also notice that walking around alongside a lot of people are large earth elementals that seem to be doing menial tasks, carrying things, helping move elevators up and down from the ground level up into the trees. Veritable crazy place. But Micaiah will turn to you, Varys, once you're inside and has transformed back into their elven form. Will ask you, what did you mean by magic uses spare?
Anybody who is currently available and has use of magic We could use some help.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of magic users in our kingdom. We all use magic. Is there any particular?
Well,
What do you need us for?
preferably people with some power behind them.
I see. You're looking for powerful magics.
Yes, sorry, not just people who can do, the same sort of magic as me, I guess, but powerful people.
Correct. Well, the most powerful person I know here is the Grand Druid here. You've met before. They helped you get out of the jungle as quickly as possible. They did the
Indeed.
tree portal, but I don't think that they are. Yeah, I don't think they can make it to Ziltamol. Not to mention they probably won't want to go.
It's understandable. If there's anybody else or anybody who has knowledge of things that might be able to help us, we are going to attempt to perform a contact ritual in Zutmal. So anybody with knowledge of Arcana and things like that would be helpful. Or advice, even.
What sort of contact ritual are you talking about?
Varys will look towards Jun and Thoricus.
Jordan's probably a little bit distracted by just everything.
That is distracting.
That's fair.
Thoricus? Thoricus?
So, how much do you know about the Black Sun God?
I think I've heard you talking about him before.
Yeah, he's a big problem right now. Big
Okay.
problem.
Maybe we get a meeting with whoever we can, so you don't have to explain it twice.
Yeah, I prefer not explaining it, honestly. So yeah, sure.
Fair.
I see. Well, I'm not sure that I can really get anyone at this point in time. Yeah, all of our high-level druids here are indisposed at the moment. There's been some developments with the Feywild since you were last here. I'm sure you remember.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes. So they are. Not only are they trying to sort that out, but they also are trying to, prepare for possible war, which I'm sure you are well aware of.
Yeah.
You said war, right?
Yes.
I did not hear
Okay.
war.
No.
Mm.
God damn.
Sorry.
But I do know that the more, when it comes to arcane, as you call it, we're pretty elemental around here. A more druidic nature magic. If you're particularly interested in conjuring something, then I mean, your friend Jamie would probably be the best person to talk to, obviously. But I know that there are many other great mages that preside in the other earth kingdom, the crown jewel of our kingdoms, Ralavalor.
Mm.
That would probably be better suited to help you, and at the very least they could get word out to the air mages and the fire mages for more help as well. Yeah, we're just We're just too inundated with the Feywild at the moment.
That's understandable. Are you disposed with that yourself at the moment?
On and off. I'm still a guardian of the city, so I'm yeah. When I can, I'm there, but we're not full on waging war with the Feywild yet, which I hope that doesn't happen, especially not with more war on the horizon.
We are hoping that if we can pull this off, there won't be a war, or at least it will help divert it.
That's good to hear.
Are you able to help us get to the next kingdoms?
Sure. I mean, you have rides. Yeah. I don't really have anything else I can do. I guess I could take another shape and carry you a little bit faster, but I couldn't carry all of you.
That's okay. I think we can sort it ourselves then. Okay.
Sorry, sorry I couldn't be of more help.
Yeah, it's understandable. You've got a lot on your plate here. Varys will just...
Yep. Go ahead.
Varys will turn to the others. Should we carry on then if there's nothing here for us?
Wait, what? Oh, come on, bro. Like, there's absolutely something here for you. What?
What do you...
Jin's just been dragged out of a daze.
I'm meaning if we don't have help from mages, then we should probably continue on with our journey, yes?
Oh, yeah.
What were you talking about?
Jin's just gonna wink in answer to that.
Yeah. Ferris looks a little bit confused, but gives like a half nod as if he understood what that meant. Okay.
Micaiah will if you turn back to Micaiah, they are again quite red. But we'll sort of graciously look upon everybody and say it has been a pleasure seeing you all again, even those of you I have not seen before. Yes, once you... This Feywild thing, it could also really do with your help as well. If once you get back from... Sorry, what was that?
Jin's like, wait, what's happening with the Feywild?
Oh, right, you weren't here when it happened. There's been multiple incursions from many a fey creature making its way here. There seems to be some sort of mass exodus happening on the side of the Feywild.
What? Why?
We're not sure. That is where the Archdruids have gone to try and find out. Yeah. But as it's been shown before, you're quite what's the word? You're very skilled and ingenuitive is the word I'm looking for. Is that the word? I think so. You find solutions to problems, and I think if you were there to help, we could get this sorted much quicker. But I do understand that you have more pressing things to do. So if you do have the time once you're on your way back, I would really appreciate your help.
Yeah, I think this is important. We should definitely come back.
If we live through it, absolutely.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Says the guy who just bet alongside me that I'd get eaten by a panther.
Hey!
At least I betted on our side.
I like to think he's most offended by the fact that I said alongside me.
Yeah. And also the fact that he's trying to, like, big up Varys in front of Micaiah and then,
Yeah.
like, not necessarily doing a good job of it.
But an attempt was made.
An attempt was made.
I just stage whispered to him, "Don't worry. He's really good at creepy flirting in your head."
Who are you saying that to?
To Jun about Varys.
Jin makes a really unpleasant face. He's not sure about this.
Micaiah's just sort of like half smiles at you guys, like, I don't know how you do it.
Do what? Put up with me? I know.
She seems sort of like, she's sort of like looking off wistfully, thinking about something. You know from experience that Micaiah has gotten a lot more powerful than she was previously.
Yeah, definitely.
Becoming a while shaping into a flying creature is quite a potent thing to do as a druid. So
Definitely take some time and some levels.
yeah, definitely seems like she's seen some things. So maybe that is what she's referring to.
I can't remember what I was going to say, sorry.
No worries. But she yeah, she starts walking, motioning for you to follow her to the edge of this other side of the city. Unless you guys want to do anything else while you're here.
I think under normal circumstances Jin would want to, but he'd be too excited about this ritual. Like, he'll be too nervous and keen to get in touch with Null, so he'll just kind of gawk at everything as he walks past, but not actually try and waylay the group.
Fair enough. Cool. Well, you all exit Glen Valor. Wave goodbye to Micaiah at the exit. Yeah. she just seems she's got a bittersweet smile on her face. Yeah, happy and pained to see you leave again. But
We'll be back.
as she's waving, she's like, I know you will. And then she transforms into a glowing primate, monkey, and climbs up a tree and swings off. much to Thoracus's dismay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, mate. I don't get it.
Mm.
Why is Thoracus dismayed by the fact that
Monkeys.
Thoracus don't
Not a
like
fan.
monkeys.
Monkeys.
Okay.
Apes. Nope. Nope.
So, get back on your horses
Mhm.
and just keep heading out. This path is a little bit more well versed, as it is the path between two of the Earthen Kingdoms, so you're not likely to get lost on this one. So you make your way quickly out of the jungle, glowing sea, and into the plains of the Earthen Kingdom. Coming up real close to these mountains, this mountain range, the Dead Edge Mountains. And yeah, they just like straight drop. Sure, I've described this before, but for Jude's benefit, they're like straight cliff faces, even along the plains. Just straight up and down. A mountain goat would struggle to climb them. They are, yes, quite large. And even in the evening sun, they're pretty big, and you can very much see that. But you do get to the walls of Relovalor by the setting of the sun. Just bring that up. This is... That's not the right one. God damn it. Relovalor. Right, you guys have never been here before. Well, not in this application anyway.
Mhm.
Oh, I was going to say, so how does the group know where to go? But if,
Yeah,
okay.
because yeah. When we went to Reloville last time, we were still using Roll20. So this is Relovalor. So you guys come along the road that is up against the mountain range. So I know this looks like water compared to the other, all of the other, what's the word I'm looking for? All the other maps that we had, because I used the same map generator for this one. But this is actually the mountain range, as it is. The city is built right up against it.
Oh.
Yes. You enter in here, the outskirts of Relovalor. It still seems kind of slummy, like the last time that you were here. It seems to have improved slightly. Not as much. What's the word I'm looking for here? Not as much vomit in the streets. Not as much.
That's always a plus.
Yeah, it's a bit cleaner. It looks like windows have been replaced instead of just being boarded up. Yeah, it generally looks like the people around here are a little bit healthier. The ones that you do see in the middle in the evening time.
Mhm. How were people reacting to us entering the city?
Roll a perception check for me.
Ooh, 12.
That's
The
as bad
worst
as you
I
can
can
roll. Yeah, looking around, it doesn't seem like you're noticed that much. Yeah. There are a couple of people who look over, mainly to look at Thrakus and Ailey. As it seems like they don't particularly care otherwise. Many people who really look super different. And for the most part, it seems like they're not doing it because of their horns or scales or shape, but actually just because they're red colors.
Not a super great sign.
Does Varys communicate this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't say it out loud, he just says it through silent speech.
I like stage whisper to him. What color do you think they will like?
I don't know. What's the opposite on the color wheel from red?
Blue.
You could try being blue.
I could be
Well-
brown, I could be blue.
Well, I can
Alright,
only
'cause it's
change
blue.
the appearance of my eyes,
Ah,
but I can make
Yeah,
my
I
eyes
would-
blue.
yeah. Give that a go. See if that helps.
Okay, so I'll use thaumaturgy to make my solid black sclera blue.
Solid blue.
Da-boo-dee, da-boo-die, da-boo-dee, da-boo-die.
Fair enough.
And then
Um,
I attempt to smile.
Okay.
I don't think I need to roll for how bad that one is.
You may roll. Anyone who wants to may roll perception to see how well that it's gone over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that has not helped.
Okay, I just drop it and I drop the smile too, like fuck it.
Yeah.
You tried. That's the important part.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they're. So it doesn't seem like they're looking at you like negatively and intently. It's more like it's the sudden red that sort of shocks them. They see you, look at you, perceive you, understand what you are, and they go, "Ah, okay."
Hmm.
Yes. Continue making your way through. Yes. Where are we headed? It is almost nighttime.
Oh, we're looking for an inn. We do have the horses.
True. Yeah, we can go to an inn if you want.
You also have connections around here.
We do. We are connected to the king.
Don't you guys stay with her girlfriend when you come here?
Oh, this is a different area.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
We
not
do
there
know
yet.
the king here. Do we want to see if we can leverage that and go stay at the palace?
I want to stay at a palace.
I mean, I
Stay in
suppose it'd be
Paris?
rude to come here and not say hi.
Yes, well, I think if anybody's going to have information or help for us, it's probably going to be him anyway, so first port of call sounds like a good idea.
Mm.
And they must have stables there as well, where we can house the horses?
True.
Okay,
I'm down.
let's go.
All right. Make your way up to the gates of the inner wall. The guards on duty seemingly recognize you. It doesn't seem like it's like by sight recognize. It seems like it's by reputation, by hearing of you.
Yeah.
As they sort of look over you, sort of intently, and then go, yeah, maybe. And then they open up the gates.
Nice. Yeah, I suppose we do look a bit different than the last time they would have heard about us.
Yes. Quite a bit. They let you through. You guys walk through, and much like before, the contrast between the two areas of the city are still pretty evident. Unfortunately,
Varus bristles a bit.
they're getting better, closer. But you make it up to the castle gates. The guards on duty do seem to know you guys.
Seen them before.
Yeah, they have seen you before at least, and immediately let you in. In fact, they sort of whisper between each other, and it sounds like one of them sends someone to run in and announce you.
Oh. Okay.
As you get into the courtyard, suddenly there's a bunch of soldiers in not in in like a formal dress, as opposed to their combat dress. They all get their what seemed like antique swords and weapons out, with lots of flourish on them, green and blues, ribbons and all that sort of stuff all over them, standing out, just suddenly having a parade in the middle of the day. But they all stand at attention alongside you guys as you're riding in.
Varus is just looking between the other members of the party, very fucking confused.
Jun is very used to just like rolling with it because that's how he's gotten through all the weird situations in his life. So he's just gonna act like this is normal.
Well, as you guys get closer and closer to the castle, you notice the doors open, and out steps a familiar elven face of Darfin.
Ah, Darfin, nice to see you.
Yes, friends. I did not expect to see you. Neither did my garrison. That's why they've made the display.
I can see that. It's a very nice display you put on for us.
Well, it's not. Unfortunately, did not know exactly what the protocol was, so they went all out.
I appreciate that. That's very kind.
I reckon they could have done a little more.
He sort of chuckles, like, "Yes, I'm sure they could have." You're here to see the king, then?
Yes, if possible.
Well, he is awake at all hours, so we'll bring him down for you, if you wouldn't mind waiting in the throne room.
Thank you.
He leads you inside. Well, you guys dismount the horses. Leads you inside, into the throne room, which is just an absolutely colossal room. Very echoey in here. Large throne at the end. Darfin, as you guys are entering, he whispers to somebody who runs off, seemingly to collect the king. But he leads you into the throne room and sort of sort of leaves and comes back before the king arrives. He looks between you lot. You're got a few more people since I saw you last time.
Oh, yes. Sorry. This is Jun, Zupemo, and Hamon, friends of ours who are currently aiding us.
I see.
This is Darthan.
Good to meet you all.
John's gonna nod, satisfied that he got introduced this time.
Varys learned from his mistake.
So, well, fill us in. What adventures have you been on? What beasts have you slain?
Lots of things. Many things.
I see.
Yeah.
You're not very good at telling stories there, mate.
Sorry, do you want to tell what story do you want to tell?
John shuts up very quickly.
Okay. We did kill a kill is an objective term or subjective term in this case, I guess. We blew up a giant robot.
Interesting.
It's a huge metal contraption that stomped all over its friends while it was trying to kill us. That was a time.
I see.
We do have some big problems coming to this land, though. So that's what we're here about. We need to get to Ziltmol.
I see. Yes, it always seems to be bad news these days.
We are hoping to make sure that it becomes good news, but we need some assistance, which is part of the reason that we're here. Much as exchanging pleasantries with you all is very, very nice.
Yes, of course. And with that, you hear in the distance, echoing through the chambers, the boom, boom, boom of the king's feet making his way through the castle. He enters into the chamber, and for Jin's benefit, the king is an elven man, slender, very sharp, pointed features. He is also trapped in a giant ice golem. He is stuck at the center of it. You can see he's sort of like got his arms folded over himself in sort of like a sleeping position. But he is very much in there and controlling this ice golem that is even at any temperature seems to be not melting. No water residue is left behind. Yeah.
Jin's gonna elbow whoever's nearest, probably Thoricus, and go, "Is that on purpose?"
It's a curse, but like, it's pretty cool, right?
I can see some downsides.
So can he. He is looking at. He's looked at several ways to try to get out of it.
Well, he's in. The nice shot of you. Well, you're not sure how he sees. But you hear his voice coming out of the ice construct. Friends, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
How is it progressing? I've heard that war is maybe on our doorstep.
We are hoping to do all we can to avert that situation.
That's good to hear. Glad I've got some more people on our side. Can I ask the reason for your visit?
We are looking to take on, with the aid of our companions and some other friends, a very monumental task, and any help that could be offered would be appreciated. And Varus will look to the others. I think you guys probably have a better grasp on how this is meant to work than I do, if you would like to explain.
So we're trying to contact Null,
No.
but we think the Black Sun God will absolutely attempt to interfere with this. So it's going to take an awful lot of arcane knowledge and power to pull this off. Would you be willing to help us?
Well, arcane knowledge and power is definitely in my wheelhouse, but I think I'm gonna need to talk with my council about exactly what that means. I assume you mean to travel to Zoltamal for Jamie's help in this as well, yes?
Yes, that is where we are all traveling.
I see. I'm not particularly familiar with Null. I assume that that's some god of some kind.
You can see Jun like visibly react.
Can I, like, just clamp a hand on his shoulder?
Sure.
Nah, buddy.
Sorry, we don't get much of that here. So, yes. It is late.
Yes, we understand.
Why don't
urgent
you?
result. Yes.
Yes. Why don't you have Darfin set you up in the ambassador's housing and come back tomorrow morning? I'll have the council convene and we can discuss exactly what you need over that.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Sounds like a good idea. We can explain more in the morning.
All right. I will be waiting.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you again for all that you have done. And he trudges off. Big thumping, booming steps. And Darfin leads you back outside. There are stables at your... well, I think there are stables. Hold on.
Ambassador's quarters? I think there.
Yes.
I think there are.
He quickly talks to, whispers in one of his aide's ear. You see, I'm not really I'm not a steward anymore. I'm actually head of the guard, but for some reason I'm still here doing this.
You were too good at your job, so you had to do 2 jobs.
Exactly. So
Oh.
So what you mean to say is that the head of the guard is looking after us while we're here?
yes, he is.
It's a great honor.
I must say I feel quite special.
What, the parades didn't do it for you?
Yeah, they helped.
Well, let me. Yes. And then you see him just he's sort of vamping while he waits for someone, the person he just talked to go and come back. And they run back over and sort of hand him a set of keys and a bit of paper. And he quickly reads the paper and goes, yes, no, sorry. The ambassador's quarters that you stated previously. Jamie's abode, Jamie's previous abode that you stayed at, does not. Well, stables were repurposed, so there's no currently no thing like that there. But we can house your horses. He looks over them again.
I mean, we
Horses.
can just if the doorway is big enough, we can just leave them inside. They don't move or anything when we're not on them.
Hang on. You know how the horses change to us?
Yeah.
What if we just asked them to shrink?
Do you want to try
Is
that?
that within their power?
I don't know. We've never tried.
Give it a go if you like.
They're supposed to meet our needs magically, right? What if we
It
just
seems to have been
ask?
matching your particular magic, but you can absolutely try.
But,
So walk me through. What are you doing?
well,
Tell me.
I'm turning into like little Nicky and being like, my dude, do you think you could get pocket sized? Is there any way? Because this is a problem we keep having. I want to keep you with me.
You're logistically inconvenient.
I enjoy your
Nothing but-
company and wish to keep you with me.
Okay. So you just talking at him, or what? Anything else
While,
you're doing?
while
or-
touching him.
All right. Okay. So as you sort of go to touch, petting him like a horse, like a bone horse, you see that the wisps of flame start to ignite around him, where he normally would have that main of fire generated by you, and that flame engulfs him entirely, and then just as quickly he seems to dissipate, and left in your hands is a small bone, maybe 6 inches long. It definitely looks like it came from a horse, but he is dissipated.
Can I, since it's 6 inches long, can I strategically put it in my front pocket
You can.
of my pants?
Sure.
Excellent. I was turning grin at everyone like, what the duh! Should have done this from the start.
Ailey immediately does the exact same thing, but with more like baby sounds, like like they're trying to baby those.
Hi, can
Who's
you
you
turn
going-
into a good little horsey?
And then there's in a more violent, fiery explosion, turn into a almost exact same sort of bone. Wow. This would have been helpful before.
Have you been meaning for this to be a thing for ages and we've just oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Varus will narrow his eyes and then reach out to pet the horse. Like, could you become a bone thing for me, please, so that I can transport you for a change?
So his is a little bit different. As he turns into that, as you touch him, becomes that metal forming over him, and that blue light. It's sort of all of his bones and bits all sort of seem to just retract, like what's it like? Like how an antenna aerial, like the telescoping aerial sort of thing.
Mhm.
Imagine he is telescoping back in on himself until he reaches a 6-inch metal pipe that fits in your hand.
Oh, shit. That's great. Varus puts it in his pocket, but it starts dragging on the ground.
And you, Jun?
Jun is going to put his hand on the horse's neck and just kind of act all nonchalant and kind of just look at the horse, and then he'll like go in close to the horse and actually talk to it quietly. I go, hey buddy, can you can you become pocket sized for just a while?
No. And with that, you see the normal sort of shadowy cloak that envelops him sort of spread out even further and further, and then darker and darker until you can no longer see him. And then, like, the sound of wings flapping, it just as quickly dissipates into like smoke around you. Left in your hand is a single black scale,
Oh yeah.
much like that of Noel's.
Jun is gonna like find a breast pocket to put it in.
All right.
Gotta keep it close to the heart.
Yeah. Not that he's gonna let that on to anyone else.
Well,
I imagine his coat is like full of pockets.
well, it is like
Like-
it's like a what is it? It's a shape-shifting clothing as well,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So you could just like, imagine that there's not a pocket there currently, and then as you go to put it there, it just pops into existence. You just slide it in.
Yes.
There should be a
Magical
pocket
pocket.
here, and there is.
Like you're like as you're trying to slide it into the fabric that there's not a pocket, suddenly there just is a pocket and it's in there. So Darfin and pretty much everybody else watching this is just like in awe, like, wow, that's crazy magic I just watched. The only person who is not just absolutely bewildered by this whole thing is Zupimo, who's just like, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty useful.
Zapiro is probably like, oh yeah, I figured that might be a thing.
Basically, yeah.
Wait for these polls to figure it out. Darfin, has anything else happened in the city since we've been gone?
I mean, just your usual round of ruffians. We have been trying to improve the outlying, parts of Relovalure, but it's been slow going. There's a bit of a power vacuum left after your escapades here last time, so there's been a few clans vying for power, a few escapades.
Anybody
Wow.
of particular note or worry?
Not at this stage, no.
Okay.
They're all pretty low level, and because they've been so out and about it, we've been on top of them. So, and they don't no longer have a head of the guard on their payroll. So,
It's good to hear as well.
yes. Well, I'll have my man here lead you there. I'm sure you know the way anyway, but just in
Sure.
case.
Darfin, is there a forge there at all?
Forge.
I believe it was up at the castle that I used it last time.
Yeah, and he quickly reads the paper. No, I don't believe there is, but there is. Yes, there is one here in the castle.
Okay. If it is possible for me to use it at some point, that will be great. A
Absolutely,
weapon I need to fix.
not a problem.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, he directs this younger guard. Seems to be like seems to be coming up through the ranks. You know, he's been given the shit job, but he seems to be polite enough to be in your presence at least.
You-
But you follow him behind him, make your way through the posh part of town and into the courtyard and over into the ambassador's quarters, where you guys had previously stayed with Jamie. And yes, it does seem like where there was like a not stable so much, but like a sort of carriage area that has since been. This does seem to be construction being put in there at the moment. Something being
Can we
built
tell
there.
what for?
It looks like it's just a house of some sort. There's mainly a lot of this area is housing. It's very fancy housing, and for someone to have purchased part of ambassador's quarters to put in a house, it's probably a
Yeah.
very expensive house.
Some money. Okay. Good to know.
Yep, the guard assistant, unlocks the house, and opens the door for you, and just puts the keys in your hand, bows, and leaves you to it.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. You enter into the ambassador's quarters, which is a mansion in and of itself.
Hell yeah.
From the time you were here previously, you know that there's like a reading room on the right, loungy sort of area, sort of open. You're in the entranceway at the moment, which has a stairwell on the left up into the onto the second floor, and to the left there is a dining room and a kitchen. But most of the sleeping arrangements were upstairs. There are a lot of bedrooms, so everyone should have one of those. It does not seem like it has come with staff. Not sure how Jamie managed to get food made for them when they were here. They just must know how to do
Jamie
that.
comes with her own stuff.
That is true.
This.
That is true.
She wouldn't have other people's stuff, do anything.
That is a good point. That is probably very much how she managed to get a lot of that stuff done.
Makes sense.
It does.
Immediately as you enter, Zupimo waves his trunk into sitting by the stairs, and starts walking up and is like, "Good night. I will see you in the morning. I am so wrecked." Just go
That's
off.
Fair. Nice.
No one's like, is there a kitchen here?
There is that way, and Varys will point towards it.
Cool.
Can't guarantee that there's going to be any food in there though.
Well, there definitely won't be once I'm done. Hops on after that.
Jun pulls out some of his dried. What has he got? Dried fruit to snack on. He'll just happily sit in the corner with that.
Fair enough.
He is
Otherwise,
a self-contained entity.
fair enough. Otherwise, is there anything else you guys want to do before going up and going to bed?
Varys is going to make some checks over last rites so that he knows what he has to fix on it and sort of gauge how long it would take and what he needs to get it done.
Okay. Roll me investigation.
Sure. Can I guide myself?
Yeah.
Sweet. 19.
Cool. Yeah. It doesn't look good. It is probably gonna be a good chunk of time to fix this. And possibly even some more materials will be needed. Yeah, it's not. You did do some damage to this thing.
That's fair.
So, yeah, may pay to collect some materials.
Absolutely.
And then give it a shot. At least then you might have some spare.
Sweet.
But it shouldn't require a whole refit or anything. Just bending some things back into place. Maybe re-smelting some mechanism.
Fixing the little bit that went sprawling.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay, that's good to know.
Cool.
Sweet.
Anybody else? No?
Sorry, I'm tired.
Fair enough.
It's not, I don't really have much in me.
Yeah,
Same.
it is currently at 10:08. So we can finish up here if you would like. Everyone's very tired. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't made it. Oh, I made it through Glenvalor all the way to Rellavalor. So I think that's fair. And we will pick up next week with you guys. Getting up in the morning and seeing the council.
Yeah.
I'm sure that that Ailey will have reminded you all that that Alirotha, the person you believed to be a dragon, is on the council.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Alirotha Griminor. So you may be seeing.
Oh, come
them
on, that's
again.
such a villain name.
Hey, Berinda Griminor. Is that very nice old lady who had a skeleton cat? So.
Yeah, she's past her villain era. Now she's just cool.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. All right.
She's fun, grand auntie.
With a checkered past.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Tomorrow on the Phono channel will be Beef King Salad, I believe. And then Wednesday we'll be back with some more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Come check that out. Thursday, I think we'll be playing more Celasta. For the last time. And then Friday and Saturday more Random Guy and Random Guy's wife. Sunday more Beef. And then Monday will be the last stream of D&D as well. It will still be recorded. So if you do like this, you can still go and check it out over on the YouTube VODs, Fano VODs channel over on YouTube. Yeah. Or if it gets really big, I'll put it on its own little thing. Who knows? Just keep an eye on the playlist. We'll figure it out. Either way, thanks everybody, and we'll see you all next time. I will send you on your way to here. Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Yay.